We ask all listeners to gamble responsibly. All odds and tips mentioned in this podcast are personal opinions and used in reference to the Kindred brands. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Kindred Kickoff podcast. We are back with a bang. International break is over. Finally. Boys, is there anything you want to quickly touch on about the international break before we kick off with the real business?
Makes me miss proper football.
Yeah.
Slow pace.
Games don't really matter that much.
As a PSG fan, I love seeing Prime Mbappe when we play qualifiers and then he doesn't show up in the French league.
How about for United? Obviously, Højlund scored. Bruno got 4, I think. Rashford got a couple.
Højlund scored against San Marino.
Yeah, they don't
They
count.
beat San Marino 2-1. Denmark.
Those games don't count.
I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, they equalised. Did you not see? It was like all over Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
No, I didn't see. Oh,
scenes, man.
No, I've been a bit too distant from that. A bit like what you said, I have a tendency to
Switch off.
drop a bit during international, especially when, that game is a qualifier, that game is a friendly, which is which, what's going on, they're playing in whichever country, like it's not always the best to follow. And then there's a lot of early kickoffs as well.
Yeah.
But I saw a bit of it, but I will double check that.
I saw one of the San Marino fan groups pride themselves on never have seen their national team ever win a game.
They scored though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did get a goal.
Yeah.
Niklas, how about yourself, mate? Obviously, Niklas has joined online from Sweden. Yeah.
All I've got to say is Scott McTominay, absolute world beater at this.
Do you mean McTerminator?
Yeah, Max Source, call him whatever you want.
Because you were at the Brentford game as well.
I was at the Brentford game.
Here we go again.
Oh, here we go
The
again.
The United
Sorry,
Kindred
boys, sorry,
podcast.
Sorry, boys. We'll quickly divert. We were going to summarise, but it feels like it was a decade ago now.
That's the thing as well. Like when we talked about, what was the last match day like? I was like,
Yeah.
you know how much stuff happened since then?
I don't even know who played last time.
Me neither.
I think we played Brighton, but I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
2-2 with Brighton. But the first game that we are going to kick off with this week is the Mersey Side Derby, Liverpool-Everton. Boys, hit me with a spice this week.
I don't know if there's that much spice. I know Klopp's pretty annoyed again about getting a 12:30 kickoff straight after international break.
I think they're doing this on purpose now.
Word for word what we said last international break.
Yeah, he's not happy. I think after seeing Alexis McAllister just like crawl around the pitch like a baby after the last international round, just because he'd been travelling to Bolivia or whatever, they're probably going to rest quite a few of these South Americans. So maybe the game will be a bit more even than what maybe the odds tells you. I'm not going for any winner. I think Liverpool win, but the price is just too short.
Liverpool have got a phenomenal record against Everton as well. I mean, they were close last season, weren't they? In that game at Anfield.
1-2-0, one of the games. I can't remember the other game.
Yeah, I remember one of them being fairly tight and Liverpool just, turned it.
But there's a few, like, cards and stuff going around. I mean, Pawson is ref. He likes to hand them out. So Everton's last 4 games against Liverpool, they got 3, 2, 5 and 4 yellow cards in each of them. So quite like Everton, over 2.5 cards at 170, especially the refs being stricter this year as well. And then Robertson went off with a shoulder injury for Scotland the other day, which means he's out, and Tsimikas coming in, and he is a bit of a rash player. He also likes to kind of get stuck into those situations where there's a bit of a on-field brawl. So for him to get a card 375, I think is quite good value.
Can we just get a quick score prediction from you, being a Liverpool fan?
3-1, but I wouldn't.
3-1 to Liverpool.
I wouldn't put all my money on it.
Nicholas, anything from your side on the Liverpool game?
Yes, taking loose line here, and I think cards for sure. Ashley Young to be booked.
Yeah.
At 360.
Yeah.
He's got 3 and 8 thus far. He has played for Man United. He hates the Scousers. Sorry, but that's how it works. And that's not the Evertonian side of Liverpool. So 360, I think, good price.
Nice. Before we move on, Benji,
Calvert-Lewin?
God, help me. It had to come up. It had to come up.
No, I didn't look in depth at it. I would think, as you said, Liverpool's record and the derby and so on.
Yeah.
I didn't check the prices, but I know Louis loves a little -1 or a little 1.5 there. I think as we said, we never really know how tired people come back from the international break with people from other continents and hemispheres and so on. But I see Liverpool having a comfortable win. I would say comfortable win.
We'll have to get on the old pasta for breakfast at that time, won't they?
Yeah.
They also have James Gardner, right? Another former United player who probably hates the Scousers. So,
Although he's a Liverpool fan.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting. He's from Birkenhead, so he's a Liverpool boy. Yep. His idol was Gerrard growing up. I remember reading that and I was like, get out of here.
So he's a Liverpool fan. And he played for United and now plays for Everton.
I think as a kid he was a Liverpool fan. I think he's from a family of Scousers.
Right, okay.
So that will be interesting. And he's like on and off. He's not a bad player. The next game is Brentford-Burnley. Brentford off the back of a shocking 2-1 loss to United, obviously making it the Man United podcast again. How do we see this? Because obviously neither team have, Burnley less so, Brentford less so, but they've not really set the Premier light this season. I mean, give a bit of slack to Brentford. I don't think they're there to set the Premier light, especially without Ivan Toney. But we had high expectations for Burnley and not been great so far. I know they picked up a win.
Well, I'm not watching that game, that's for sure.
No.
It's such a nothing match.
It's not a glamour tie, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Brentford will edge it, but there's not much in it for me. And betting-wise, I'm staying well clear.
The next few games, there's not a lot of corkers in there. So, Nicholas, anything for you on Brentford-Burnley? No. We'll skip that. Next game again. The Gary O'Neill derby is Bournemouth and Wolves. Bournemouth at home, still without a win. And Wolves have been looking alright.
I think this could be an entertaining game, though. I mean, on paper it doesn't look that interesting, but it's two teams that have conceded quite a few goals this season.
Yeah.
Bournemouth still haven't won a game.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves, we talked about it before, surprises at the start of the season. I think like Cunha shot on target at 172 is probably quite a nice one considering how open Bournemouth are, and I'm not sure if Tyler Adams is still ready.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, and he's obviously an important kind of destructor in that midfield. So that's the only kind of bet that I really like. You could probably go on look at goals and corner lines as well, because they'll probably be very end to end and very open.
Anything to add, boys?
We have Calvert-Lewin as a player we love, but we also love Neto.
Mate.
Can we talk about Neto?
Yeah.
Neto.
I think Neto to have an assist and one to score, that's become like staple now. I think a one goal at 390 is value here. And I do have my little spice mix. This is not the spiciest mix we'll get today, but one goal, Neto shot on target, Wolves over 1.5 goals, and Wolves to win at 950. There you go. That's the starting spice. That's the 1 out of 3 chilies for me.
That's the lemon and herb.
That's the lemon and herb. That's the lemon and herb. Shout out to Nando's.
Yeah, shout out
if you want to sponsor the pod.
We might have to remove that.
But yeah, I think Neto goal or assist it's almost where you start your bet builder, as a base every week. We'll look at the end of the season. If you backed it every week, what's your return on that? But I think Wolves are an offensive
one
team.
of those exciting teams to watch.
Yeah, exactly. They need that striker. What's his name? Cunha's not. What's his name?
The one who they got rid of?
Did they get rid of him? No, the guy that did the header on his shoulder last time when they were playing against Liverpool.
That was Cunha, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They need him to be a bit more clinical in front of goal.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah.
Next game is Notts Forest and Luton Town. Nottingham Forest at home. Luton obviously not as good away from home as their home form has suggested last season. So I guess this is a Nottingham Forest win, right?
Oh, or are we renaming this podcast the Draw Whisperer? I think we had a few draws here and there. It usually involves some of these teams. No, I think
Forest.
I think Forest will take it. It won't. Luton's been better, man. Again, last match day feels like 3 months ago, but I do think I watched the last match day when they had a lot of chances. It was against Tottenham.
Yeah.
They had a lot of chances.
Well,
Like
Tottenham
in
had
the
10
6-yard
minutes,
box.
yeah.
In the 6-yard box, the guy didn't hit the target and so on. I think, they are probably less intimidated than they were when they played in August. They realized quite quickly that they don't have much to lose. Everybody sees them going down, so they might as well play football.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we've still kind of got that bet in our eyes, or not really a bet, but that target of them finishing below the 11-point season.
What are they on now? 4?
They are on.
3 draws?
No, they have won
So-
a game.
And a draw. They have a draw.
They have. I can confirm they are on 4 points,
4 points.
and they have drawn 1, lost. They've won 1, drawn 1, lost 6.
I quite like Carlton Morris to get a shot on target at 195 on this game. He's looked quite sharp for them, actually. He looks like he belongs in the Prem, unlike all the rest of the team.
A bit of a corker of a game here. Brighton, Man City. How do we see this one? Man City at home. Man City, I don't want to say on a bad run of form, but lost a couple of games. Obviously, Rodri is now back. Brighton, they've had that 2-week break that they always need, because obviously we saw some of their performance suffer when they had the midweek game. So this is a fairly clean break for them.
Yeah.
I don't like City post international break. Like
We talked about it
betting
last time,
wise,
yeah.
when they come back and they're so good technically that they can just slow the ball down and just play it around. I think I'm staying clear of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is one of those games. If the team's had a week's break, you'd be like, right, there's going to be 5-6 goals in this game.
Yeah, I was surprised on both teams to score like that. I would have gone towards this, but as you said, it could be a very slow 1-0, 2-0 City win, with a Rodri goal on the corner. It could be not the best game. But again, they're not on a bad string of form, but they've been beaten now.
Yeah,
a month ago, we sat here, we were like, is anyone going to beat them?
Routine wins.
So,
and you could make an argument for Haaland really missing De Bruyne as well.
Yeah.
Getting the balls played into feet, and he's missed quite a few chances this season as well. So let's see how that shapes up. Anything to add on Brighton, Man City, Nicholas?
I think for me this is going to be a foul-rich game because both of the teams are quite cynical in break and play, and they love possession. They love XG. I think they live for XG, these guys.
You love XGs.
I hate XG. It's such a useless thing. Mainly because Man United are good at getting it and not scoring goals. Rodri back. I mean, I'm sorry, but the guy is an absolute loony when it comes to taking cards. And I think him to be 375 to get a yellow. He's had 1 red, 2 yellows in 6 games in the Prem. 375 against a good Brighton. I'll take it.
And Joao Pedro gets fouled a lot as well if he starts attacking mid. So that's
he's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's
wasteful, but he's a good player.
I can see him being another one that they manage to sell for stupid money.
So I totally agree with you on that, and God knows I backed Rodri to get cards a lot last year, and I would say the ref have upped their game this year on Rodri because he was getting away with a lot of stuff last year. I think it's a bit more fair now. As a Ligue 1 connoisseur, City got Doku as well, who already has the highest.
He's amazing.
He already has the highest dribble rate in the Premier League. This guy's gonna get fouled. I don't know who's guarding his wing this weekend, but he's gonna get fouled.
Veltman maybe.
So worth looking at
lineups.
Yeah, look at lineups at that moment. If he starts, if he comes on, but this guy it's just the legs he has and the speed, the quickness of changing direction. He's really good. I remember seeing him in Ligue 1. I was like, it was in Rennes. I was like, this guy's unbelievable.
I remember seeing him in the last Euros or the last World Cup when he came over Belgium, and I was like, this kid, the pace and the power of the running is what.
And he has that
struck me.
That I don't know how you say it. That. Positive craziness, that bit of folie, like a bit of.
He's on the front foot when he plays.
And he's like, no holding back, and.
He hasn't been pepped yet to just stand there on the wing and pass the ball backwards. Like Grealish has. Have you seen him this season?
He has not been pepped yet. I love this. He has not been pepped yet.
Next game is Newcastle Palace. This is one where, well, to be fair, Newcastle at home, very strong at home.
So as a PSG fan, that game, Newcastle PSG, the way they played, the way the crowd was. The crowd's gonna be not gonna be like that against Palace.
Yeah,
it's not a
it's not.
Champions League first game in 20 years, but
Let's see what happens with Tonali as well, because he might not play
I think he
anymore
will, right?
for a year.
I think he will play this week.
so he's allowed to play this weekend.
He's
Yeah, I saw
allowed,
his
but will they
agent's
play
quote.
But
him
I
this
think,
week?
yeah, and then I think the next thing is, does the Italian FA thing extends to the wider European or,
Well, if
or
he's
Premier
bet,
League?
if he's bet on football, then it does. So yeah,
If you're a football player listening to the pod, be careful.
Yeah.
Do not bet.
on football, bet on tennis,
Yeah.
or basketball, or ice hockey, or anything else, just not football.
But yeah, that would be a huge loss. You're right. He's allowed to play. Will they play him? But again, back to your original point. They are very good at home.
They're good at home. Palace
Palace-
is good defensively though.
Palace is
It-
very
Is,
inconsistent.
but Eze is out still, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big loss.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And Olise is also out, I believe. He's been out all season, so yeah, it's a tough one for them. Anything to add to this, Nicholas?
I agree with you. I was glancing at Tarek Mitchell to get a yellow card because that's
Yeah.
tempting against an Almiron who seems to have hit some form again.
Oh.
But I think Palace defense so low that he's not really going to get a chance to run.
I'm on the other side. I'm looking at the right back.
Okay.
Joel Ward up against Anthony Gordon. He's
Gordon's had a
3.45.
very good start to the
But
season.
Nathaniel Klein started the last game. He's on 7 to get a card. I mean, I think if he was to start against Anthony Gordon, I think that's
But
way
also
too high.
7 is way too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for Klein to start. But even
Yeah.
Joel Ward at 3.45, I think, is still a reasonable bet.
Sure.
I
So
agree with you.
the next
I
game.
think Isak to score 250 as well is not a bad shout
No.
because he's been on fire for him. To get 2 is 8. Because Newcastle have done that a couple of times this year already, where they score 1 or 2 and then it just starts pouring in.
Villa.
Yeah.
Is
The
this
Villa
the
game,
spicy one, or is this not yet the spice?
No.
No. This is not yet a spicy one.
The spice is coming.
Okay.
Spice is coming.
Well,
It's coming in the next game.
I'm
probably.
assuming it's coming in the next game, which is London Derby, a bit of a classic encounter between Chelsea Arsenal. Chelsea at home. This is the 5:30 kickoff.
So first things first, Arsenal is 230 to win flat.
Yeah.
Again, I think I said that on the pod a few weeks back.
That's pretty good. Those are good
Yeah,
odds.
they went to win an away game. I don't know if it was Everton, another one. Clean, 2-0. You know, the kind of games that this is how top teams of the table play.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Chelsea, so they can be totally bad or actually a lot better. Mudryk scored yesterday against
He
Malta.
did, yeah. I
Against
saw it.
Malta,
It was a
baby.
It was a screamer as well.
Yeah, so...
I saw the goal and then I checked who it was against. I was like, oh, fair,
it's
fair enough.
Mudryk!
Fair enough.
But yeah, all due respect to each teams, but yeah, I think Arsenal to win is a good bet, but I think there are probably a lot of different opportunities in that game that you can look. What do you guys see? Do you see 2-2? Do you see like...
I think Arsenal beat him.
Yeah, same.
I think
But
Arsenal beat.
I wouldn't be as confident. It depends a bit if Saka plays.
I'm always. Oh yeah, I think he's still injured.
They said that he's likely to be in the squad, but
Oh, okay,
whether he
but not
starts
start.
or whether he starts on the bench, I think
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
a huge difference for them. Martinelli just got back before the international break as well.
I'm always in conflict with Arsenal. I don't really want them to do well, but I'd rather them do well than City. So it's a tough one. It's a tough life I've got. Nicholas, is the Spice Boy ready?
No,
Oh,
it's not for this
okay.
game.
Oh, fair
so
enough. Okay.
I'm full of surprise as well. No, I think
Yeah.
the one I've got here is.
Well, don't tell us
Cucurella.
yet. Don't tell us yet. We'll come
No,
to it.
but for this game, I think Cucurella to get a card at 4 is good. He's played 2 games and had 2 cards.
Yeah.
If he
And I
starts,
think-
right?
I think
Yeah.
He's been starting right back while James has been out. Now James might play
Yeah. And probably get injured again.
and probably get injured
I
again.
love James.
He's a quality player.
I
think
think
we discussed
he would
it.
improve that team if he played regularly. They wouldn't have that bad of a start.
Good player.
These injuries he's getting, they're going to catch up on him, though, surely. As in, like, he won't have that explosive.
They're all muscle injuries.
This is what I mean. They're not. He's not going to have that burst. And
I think he's you know,
he's a quality player. I'm
but
just
he's
saying
big
that.
as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
think
I mean, it'll be.
he's too
interesting.
heavy for his knees and so on. I mean,
It'd be interesting
maybe
to
he's too
see,
big
yeah.
for that
Maybe.
volume.
Yeah.
But I love that guy. He has
He's
a
a
great
quality
shot. He tracks back. He crosses. Yeah, really
Very
love
nice
it.
player.
Next game is the two Uniteds, Sheffield United versus Man United.
Is that in Sheffield?
It's in Sheffield, so this would not surprise me if we
That
get.
looks like a
If we
trap for you.
this is a
Yeah.
If we come out, I don't know what word to use.
Come on, guys. Sheffield United have 1 point all season.
Yes, but this is the sort of game where we tend to blow.
And also, not to turning into the United pod, but there is a mole in the locker room. Ten Hag is investigating. You know, United. Like,
Yeah, there's
spend
always
10 days not talking about
there's
football before a
always
match.
something.
There's
There's always something
We've
with United.
mistaken it for like Hollyoaks or something.
Gary
Oh,
Neville
mate,
doesn't like the
but-
Glazers.
Yeah.
Beckham documentary is out. Roy
Yeah.
Keane doesn't like his car. Whatever. Like, there's always something about United. Like,
This is what happens when you're the biggest team in England, though.
so that's
There is constant pressure. There is constant crap written about United, and it shares. It gets clicks. It gets eyes on the whatever it is. So that's why we hear all this constant noise, and this is why some players turn up at United and they're like, "I don't really fancy this." Look at the amount of stick Onana's had. Well, rightly so, but rightly,
You can't be throwing the ball in your
no,
own
rightly so, but. I think if
Come on,
he
man,
was
it's 2023. Be
I
nice.
think if he was playing for another team, I don't think he'd get anywhere near this amount of attention. Same as Harry Maguire. He
No,
would
but
not be getting.
that comes with the thing. But to a degree,
They are also up.
you do that in City, you're gonna. But I also
Yeah.
think that, and that's probably down to the way Pep takes the
Yeah.
criticism for United is the way Fergie was taking it for
Yeah, of course.
for United, Pep for City, Fergie or Wenger for Arsenal. I think now, as good as Ten Hag may be and so on, there's so many different
Yeah, yeah.
decision makers and
He
influencers.
deflects blame a bit more than other managers might.
You
Anyway,
need to protect your players. as
To
a man.
avoid this becoming the
United
United pod, the Man United pod, not Sheffield United pod. Boys, how have we got this game? Have we got any nice nuggets for our listeners?
Is that the spice?
McTominay score. 5.25. Let's fucking go. Sorry.
I think that's
Cut that.
that's a bad price. I mean, the guy's almost top goal scorer.
5.25. He probably won't start.
5.25.
He probably won't start.
Right, but he'll score with 2 seconds on the
I
pitch.
think Hoyland's. What odds have we got on Hoyland? Because he's starting to come
What?
into. He's starting to come
Score a
into
goal.
to score a goal.
205.
Not bad.
That's rubbish.
I mean,
Yeah,
205
that's
for a number 9.
No. No.
I mean, you're pretty confident that you're not gonna do too well in
I don't.
games.
I think this is one of those games where I could easily see it being a 1-0 Sheffield United, 67th minute.
Oh, 92nd, mate.
So yeah. Have we got any other nuggets for this before I move on?
I don't have a bet nugget, but if you're ever gonna need to build confidence and do something, like United needs to win this game.
Yeah, 100%.
Which was the case of the McTominay goals as well. It was a needed
I was in Cyprus at the time.
You had
and I
switched off
tried
the
to-
TV.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, and because I knew, and then as soon as the first goal went in, I was like, "This is done." And it was right up until the 92nd minute. It was done.
You know what's sad is you may not need to watch any other game for the rest of the season for your team to win.
Well,
Maybe you're the.
well, give me that has happened before.
I know.
That has happened.
You know the
before.
same when you're in the pub and every time you go to
Yeah,
the toilet,
yeah.
your team
It's
scores,
happened.
and then
I'm-
people are like, "Go pace, go!"
I am.
It's the same.
I'm known for that. Next game is Aston Villa West Ham. Villa obviously are one of our favourites, the neutral favourite. West Ham have done a fantastic job this season, looking a very good team all over the park without Declan Rice.
They don't play the same way, but I consider like they're in my same bucket of teams. You know,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of that exciting team and yeah. So I think that's probably gonna be. I mean, I might be wrong, but it's probably gonna be a cool game to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
think there's
is-
gonna be a lot of goals in this.
This is the day that my wife gets breakfast in bed in the morning, and
you have a
the
lot of
kids
games
are
to
well
watch.
fed, so I get left alone for 2 hours to watch this game. That's the tactic for Sunday, basically.
What do you got on the game?
David Coote is ref, and like you said, I think it's going to be quite open, even if West Ham are normally quite stable defensively. Looking at cards again, over 4.5, I think is around evens.
Bowen
not bad.
shot on target.
Yeah,
There's a
Did he
few
play
in
with
there.
England?
He
Who?
didn't know.
hold on, because he was cold.
Bowen didn't play.
'Cause he was called up.
Yeah,
It was called up. I don't
Watkins.
think
He played against Australia, right? In the.
I'll be
friendly.
honest, mate. I
You didn't watch that.
I missed both games.
You missed both games.
I've got
Watkins scored
zero
against
interest.
Australia.
What I saw Watkins scored, yeah. It was a
Yeah.
1-0, yeah.
Yeah.
Until the tournament start, zero interest for me. I've got.
Well, you knew Rashford scored.
I knew Rashford scored. Yeah, I saw Hoyland scored a brilliant goal as well. But yeah, it just
San
doesn't.
Marino.
Okay.
Doesn't. Yeah, all right. Let's
No, but
let's put it into-
I was asking, like, had he
I
come
gen-
on
I-
and
this
being
is-
good, he probably would have, when you get your
Yeah,
first
of
cap, you're
course.
this, you've gone back
Yeah,
to the club,
he's
you're,
buzzing,
you're on
yeah.
a wave of positivity, so that's why I was
He's
asking.
been very good since the Europa or the conference final.
Yeah.
I think he's become their main man.
Yeah,
So
yeah. What is he, second top goal scorer in the league? Third after Son and... I think he's
believe-
right up there. He has 4 goals, no? Or 5 even.
Let's have a. I think he's up there. Anything from your side, Nicholas, on this one?
This is the 2 out of 3 chilies.
Ooh!
Because we're waiting. There is going to be a
I
3
don't
out
know
of
what
3,
we're on
right?
here.
There is
I don't
going to
know
be.
what we're on here. What sort of spice are we talking about?
Not Carolina Reaper, but we're
Well, there's a
on.
new one that's beaten that. So
Is there?
Yeah.
I sent it on the group.
I'm
I'm
earlier,
gonna
so
tell you one thing. Last episode of the season, we film it, and we eat the
I-
damn
I-
chilies,
this is what
and
I-
we eat the damn
Don't,
chilies.
don't give away my plans for the Christmas special.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. Don't give away the plans.
Especially Niklas eats the chilies.
Jared Bowen is tied third with 5 goals.
5 goals. Okay.
This is us lot slagging off Erling Haaland, 8 goals.
Yeah.
What can you actually say about the guy?
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. Even a bad day,
Those are the standards he set.
Yeah.
these guys
8
competes
goals.
against his
This
own
guy's
standards. He
an
doesn't compete
This
against
guy's
anyone
an
else. He
absolute
competes
animal.
against his own standards. But Nick,
Yeah, give us the spice.
2 out of 3.
Okay. To warm you up, I think.
So this is the jalapeno.
Throwback. Throwback to 10 minutes ago. This is where I say the draw whisperer strikes again.
Oh,
390 for a draw. I think both would be happy with that.
that's
So,
high. 390 is high.
Yeah, it is high. With a spicy bet, it sort of corners me. But hey, here we go. James Ward-Prowse to have a shot on target. Luka didn't to have a yellow card, which he's had 4 in 8 games. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the game. 13. Here we go, baby. That's 2 out of 3.
Nice. I think that's.
But that also means 2-2, 3-3. That sort of territory. Can that happen? Then we'll be in for a ride.
It is possible. It is definitely possible. Especially if Villa play that high line and they've got Bowen up top. Could be a tasty encounter. The final game that we've got to box off this week is a London derby, which we seem to have every single week. Is Tottenham-Fulham. Tottenham at home. This is the Monday night game.
Easy win.
Yeah.
You think?
Kane
Yeah.
scored again twice with England. He's not there anymore.
Okay.
Oh God, that's
I did an Eric Dyer.
That is-
oh my days.
That's as bad as Cameron Jerome, I'd say.
That's probably worse.
Cameron.
I think everyone's had, apart
Yeah.
from Nicholas, has had one of these gaffes.
To my defense, it was 2 weeks since no, but I'm joking. Tottenham easy.
Son.
Tottenham, yeah, so who I have to be top goal scorer after Haaland. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, Tottenham should win that.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting for this Tottenham gravy train to stop because it will happen.
No, they're no longer Spurs.
I am tipping them. It will happen.
No,
It will happen at some point.
James
Wheels-
Madison is out.
the
eating
wheels
fish and
will-
chips
the
after
wheels-
game, mate.
the
They're
wheels will
winning
fall
by a
off
few
with that.
goals.
I'm telling you from
There's
now.
something about that coach, that manager that works.
Yeah, he's a good manager, but I just
Like-
think that the players have got, and it's a very slim squad as well. Although saying that, they haven't got anything else to compete in. So we will,
They're
we'll
fine.
see.
They'll win. 2-3-0.
Nicholas, anything from you?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, first and foremost, Richarlison not to score is 150. That blew my mind. Honestly, how have we come to this?
I'm gonna take
I
that.
think yeah, I agree. I also
Bourel.
agree with you. I think Spurs to win, Fulham under 4.5 shots on target, and Andres Pereira to have a shot on target because he'll shoot from whatever 35 yards or something.
Right.
That is a 480 bet builder, which I think that's the only sort of fun I could find in this game.
I like it. I think we're wrapped up for this week, but I know that we've been
Well,
well.
Could say even, I don't know what the odds on that Tottenham to win to 0.
I don't know. I'm taking the -1.5 at 230, basically.
Fulham not to
boys.
score, because if you're right on the low shots on target, so Fulham not to score is probably also. But yes, I feel like you want to tell us something.
It's got an announcement.
The 3 out of 3 spice.
Oh god, here we go.
And I've left some breadcrumbs already, which should lead us in the direction of this. I think it's unprecedented in its spiciness for this pod. Whatever the Carolina Reaper beating pepper is called, it's this. So what I've done is, I've taken all of my yellow card shouts
Oh my.
and I've put them in a knacker. So Cucurella, Ashley Young, Luca Digne, and Rodri. 226. Here we go.
I think that's a record for the pod. I think that's.
FOMO. I'm taking that straight away.
The other thing is that there's a good possibility there.
That's only 5 players.
Yeah, that's not.
You heard it here
4
first.
players.
Guaranteed to go.
Was it
Right.
4?
It's 4 players. Yeah.
4.
All right.
Right. Anyway, well, I'm blown away by those odds. So we'll end that. We'll end this week's on that. But obviously next week, we've been moaning about it being a United pod. Next week is the Manchester Derby.
We haven't. I have.
I can hold my hands up. You know, I'm a very passionate.
I'm just joking.
No, of course.
I'm just gonna watch Origi's Everton goal on repeat. About 200 times before the weekend. Watch Pickford with his short arms try to reach the crossbar.
Old T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, obviously next week there's a huge game with the Manchester Derby. I'm dreading it from now. Well, wish us luck, and obviously we will speak to you all next week. Thank
And there's
you for
obviously
listening.
some European competitions next
There
week.
is some European
before
Champions
those,
League
so we're
is
getting
back.
in that 3 days a week
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Champions League is back as well. Nicholas, any final comments? We've got the Derby next week.
Yeah, we have Sheffield United first, mate. Let's focus on
One game at a time. One game at a time. You're right. It's like we're in a title run.
Love it.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we will see you next week.